Have you ever met a man who seemed to exist outside the usual alpha and beta categories, exuding a quiet strength and captivating mystery? Welcome to the world of Sigma males. These intriguing individuals challenge conventional societal hierarchies, preferring to carve their own path in life. Unfettered by the need for external validation, they often prefer solitude and introspection over the bustling social gatherings that their alpha and beta counterparts might enjoy. Sigma males are self-reliant, marching to the beat of their own drum, often leaving others puzzled by their enigmatic nature. Yet, their allure lies in their complexity, and in this video, we'll delve into the 7 dark side traits that define them. Each trait is a piece of the puzzle that, when put together, forms the fascinating personality of the Sigma male. Prepare to unravel the complex and fascinating personality of the Sigma male. The first dark side trait of Sigma males is their pronounced tendency towards solitude. This is an aspect that sets them apart, giving them the moniker of the lone wolf. It is not a matter of being antisocial but rather a conscious choice that Sigma males make. Their introverted nature leads them to seek comfort in solitude, often preferring their own company to the hustle and bustle of social gatherings. Their preference for solitude is not a reflection of disdain for others, but rather a manifestation of their self-reliance. Sigma males are independent spirits, finding strength within themselves. They are like islands, thriving in isolation, unscathed by the ebb and flow of societal pressures. This self-reliance feeds their resilience and fuels their determination to forge their own path, regardless of societal norms or expectations. However, this tendency towards solitude can sometimes be misinterpreted by those around them. From an outside perspective, their choice to stand alone might come across as aloofness or indifference. This is a common misconception about Sigma males. They aren't aloof. They simply prefer to keep their own counsel and operate in their own space. They are not indifferent. They just choose to focus their energy internally rather than spreading it thin across social interactions. Sigma males have a rich inner world, filled with thoughts, ideas, and dreams. They are often deep thinkers, with a penchant for introspection and self-analysis. Their solitude is not a confinement but a sanctuary for them to delve into their thoughts, to explore their ideas, and to understand themselves better. However, this lone wolf trait can often lead to misunderstandings. Their preference for solitude might make them appear distant or detached. They might be perceived as aloof or indifferent, which can lead to a sense of alienation from others. But it's important to understand that this is not a reflection of their attitude towards others, but rather their preference for solitude and self-reliance. So the lone wolf trait can make Sigma males a mystery, but it can also lead to misunderstandings. They are not aloof, not indifferent, they are simply Sigma, the lone wolves marching to the beat of their own drum, often misunderstood, yet intriguingly captivating. Unpredictability is the second dark side trait of Sigma males. The Sigma male is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. He's a man who marches to the beat of his own drum, and his unpredictability often defies societal norms and expectations. This trait can be both intriguing and disconcerting, as it makes him difficult to predict. Sigma males are not bound by the traditional script of life. They have their own playbooks, their own rules, and their own paths which are often off the beaten track. They don't act according to what's expected of them, and this can create a sense of uncertainty for those around them. You can't box them into a corner or stereotype them because they always find a way to break free. Their unpredictability is not a result of capriciousness or unreliability, rather it is a reflection of their independence and self-reliance. They don't need to follow societal norms to feel validated. They choose their own adventures and they're not afraid to take the road less traveled. This trait can be alluring because it makes them fascinating. They're not the typical run-of-the-mill guys you meet every day. They're different, they're unique, and they're unpredictable. This unpredictability can keep you on your toes, piquing your curiosity and making you want to know more. However, this trait can also be disconcerting. It can create a sense of unease for those who prefer stability and predictability. The unpredictable nature of Sigma males can make them seem elusive and enigmatic. They might not always be there when you expect them to be, or behave in ways you'd anticipate. To some, this unpredictability can be seen as a dark side trait because it disrupts the usual order of things. To others, it's a trait that makes Sigma males exciting and intriguing. Regardless of how you view it, there's no denying that the unpredictability of Sigma males makes them stand out from the crowd. Their unpredictability keeps people on their toes, but it can also create uncertainty. The third dark side trait is detachment. Now, detachment in the context of Sigma males is an intriguing concept. It's not about indifference or apathy, but rather an intentional emotional distancing from situations and people. Sigma males have a unique ability to disconnect, to step back and assess a situation from a distance. This allows them to maintain a level of emotional stability, even in situations where others might be overwhelmed by their feelings. It's like they have a mental switch that they can turn off at will, preventing external factors from negatively impacting their inner peace. This detachment, however, is not without its advantages. It can act as a protective shield, guarding the Sigma male's sanity in a world that often values noise and chaos over calm and tranquility. By detaching themselves, Sigma males can preserve their energy and focus on what truly matters to them. It's a survival mechanism, a way to navigate through life's storms without getting swept away. But as with every trait, there's a flip side to this. Detachment can often be misinterpreted by others. To those who don't understand, a Sigma male's ability to detach might come across as coldness or aloofness. It can create a barrier, making it hard for others to connect with them on a deeper level. This trait can make Sigma males seem unapproachable, even intimidating. Imagine being in a relationship with someone who can detach at will. It can be challenging for the other person trying to decipher the enigma that is a Sigma male. And while Sigma males might be okay with this, after all, they're used to walking their path alone, it can lead to misunderstandings and relationship conflicts. In the grand scheme of things, detachment is a double-edged sword for Sigma males. It aids their independence and self-reliance, but at the same time, it can isolate them from others. It's a powerful tool, but one that needs to be wielded with care. While detachment helps Sigma males maintain their independence, it can make them appear cold and unapproachable. Non-competitiveness marks the fourth dark side trait of Sigma males. Now, this might seem a bit counterintuitive. After all, isn't competition the fuel that drives progress and ambition? Well, for Sigma males, this isn't necessarily the case. Sigma males are not driven by a need to compete with or dominate others. They are not interested in the rat race or the dog-eat-dog world. Instead, they are comfortable walking their own path, at their own pace, unfazed by what others are doing. They do not measure their self-worth or success on the basis of how they stack up against others. Instead, they have their own unique set of standards and benchmarks. This non-competitiveness can be a breath of fresh air in a world that's often obsessed with outdoing one another. It can be refreshing to interact with someone who isn't constantly trying to one-up you, or prove that they're the alpha in the room. It can be liberating to be around someone who doesn't view every interaction as a zero-sum game, but it's not all roses. This trait can also lead to misconceptions about Sigma males. Because they don't show a desire to compete, they can be mistaken as lacking ambition or drive. People might assume they're indifferent or passive because they're not constantly striving to be the best or the winner. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Sigma males are not devoid of ambition. On the contrary, they can be incredibly driven and focused. But their ambition is not directed towards outdoing others. Instead, it's about achieving their personal goals and living a life that aligns with their values. They don't need to be the best according to societal standards, they just need to be the best according to their own. So, the next time you come across a Sigma male who seems non-competitive, remember it's not that they don't have ambition or drive, it's just that they are playing a different game, by their own rules. Their non-competitiveness can be refreshing, yet it can also make them seem indifferent or passive. The fifth dark side trait of Sigma males is their indifference to approval. Picture this: a world where one's worth isn't measured by the number of likes on a social media post, or the admiration of peers. That's the world of a Sigma male. They swim against the current in a society that thrives on validation and approval. They simply don't seek it. Their sense of self-worth is generated from within, not from the outside world. But why is this trait considered dark? Well, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can be empowering. Sigma males aren't swayed by the opinions of others. They don't need to fit into someone else's box or meet societal expectations to feel accomplished. They have the freedom to define their own success, which can lead to a healthier self-image and a strong sense of self-confidence. On the other hand, this indifference to approval can be isolating. Humans by nature are social creatures. We crave connection and affirmation from others. When Sigma males disregard this need, they may inadvertently create barriers. Their lack of desire for approval can be perceived as aloofness or indifference, often leading to misunderstanding and disconnect. It's like they're walking a tightrope. They balance their need for independence with the risk of alienation. They don't let the world dictate their worth. but they may also find themselves standing alone more often than not. The key here is balance. Sigma males can maintain their self-reliance without completely disregarding the value of social connections. They can acknowledge the opinions of others without letting them define who they are. The challenge lies in finding that sweet spot between independence and connection, self-assurance and empathy. Understanding this trait can help us better comprehend the Sigma male's perspective. They aren't cold or uncaring, they're simply self-reliant to a fault. They don't need the world's approval, but that doesn't mean they don't value meaningful connections. Their indifference to approval underscores their self-reliance, but can also make them seem aloof. Nonconformity is the sixth dark side trait of Sigma males. A Sigma male dances to the beat of his own drum. He doesn't feel the need to abide by societal norms or expectations. This trait allows him to live life on his own terms, free from the constraints of what others might think or expect of him. Sigma males are often seen as outsiders, rebels or mavericks. They do not conform for the sake of fitting in or being accepted. They are true to themselves, their beliefs, their values and their desires, even when these may run counter to societal expectations. Some might see this as stubbornness or obstinacy, but for Sigma males it's simply a matter of authenticity. Yet, this trait of non-conformity is not always easy. It can be a lonely road. Sigma males often find themselves at odds with the world around them. They may feel misunderstood or misrepresented, as their unique perspectives and ways of being don't always align with the mainstream. They may be seen as odd or eccentric. And this can lead to feelings of isolation or exclusion. The societal pressure to conform can be immense, and the Sigma male's refusal to do so can result in ostracism. This can be particularly challenging in social settings or in the workplace where norms and expectations are often rigidly defined. However, Sigma males have a unique ability to thrive in solitude. They are self-reliant and independent, equipped to handle the challenges that come with going against the grain. They value their freedom above all else, and their nonconformity is a testament to this. Nonconformity, though it may seem like a dark trait, can also be seen as a strength. It requires courage to stand alone, to go against the tide, and to live authentically. Sigma males embody this courage. They are not afraid to be different, to challenge the status quo, or to pave their own path. Their nonconformity can be liberating, yet it can also lead to social isolation. Despite the challenges, Sigma males embrace their nonconformity, for it is an integral part of their identity, their strength, and their freedom. Mysteriousness, the seventh and final dark side trait of Sigma males. Delving into the enigmatic universe of the Sigma male, we encounter an intriguing element: mysteriousness. This trait is not so much a choice, as it is a natural byproduct of their reserved and introspective nature. The Sigma male is a deep well of thoughts, emotions, and experiences, but they seldom share these reservoirs with the world. This makes them a puzzle, a conundrum that draws others in with a veil of intrigue. Now think about it. When we can't easily figure someone out, when they don't fit neatly into the boxes we've created, they become a mystery. They arouse our curiosity, pique our interest, and we find ourselves drawn to them, eager to solve the enigma they represent. That's the power of mysteriousness, and Sigma males wield it effortlessly. But like a double-edged sword, this mysteriousness can also create distance. While it's true that their enigmatic aura can be attractive, it can also make them seem inaccessible, aloof, or even intimidating. People may find themselves hesitant to approach a Sigma male, unsure of how they'll be received. This can lead to a sense of isolation for the Sigma, a fortress of solitude built not by walls but by the uncharted waters of their own depth. Sigma males are like the deep ocean, beautiful, captivating, full of unknown treasures and undiscovered secrets, but the same depth that makes the ocean beautiful also makes it intimidating. It's a place where few dare to venture, and fewer still are able to navigate successfully. Mysteriousness, in the context of Sigma males, is not about being secretive or deceptive. It's about being complex, deep, and introspective. It's about having a rich inner world that few get to see. This trait is a quintessential part of the Sigma's allure, the final piece of the puzzle that completes the picture of the Sigma male's dark side. In summary, the Sigma male's mysteriousness is a paradoxical blend of attraction and intimidation. It draws people in, yet keeps them at arm's length. It's a trait that defines them, challenges them, and ultimately sets them apart. Their mysteriousness can be attractive, yet it can also make them seem inaccessible. Now that we've explored the 7 dark side traits of Sigma males, let's recap. First and foremost, Sigma males are often referred to as the lone wolves. They are the quiet observers, the ones who prefer solitude over socializing. This isn't because they are antisocial or dislike people, but simply because they value their independence and peace of mind over everything else. They are comfortable being on their own, finding it to be a time of self-reflection and personal growth. Secondly, Sigma males are known for their unpredictability. They are not bound by social norms or expectations and will often make decisions that are perplexing to others. This unpredictability can be both intriguing and intimidating as it adds an element of mystery to their persona. It's this unpredictability that keeps people on their toes, never quite sure what a Sigma male will do next. The third trait is detachment. Sigma males are often detached from the mainstream society and its standards. They don't concern themselves with societal expectations or the pressure to fit in. This detachment allows them to view the world from a different perspective, one that is not influenced by societal norms or popular opinions. Fourthly, Sigma males are non-competitive. While alpha males thrive on competition and dominance, Sigma males prefer to stay out of the limelight. They don't feel the need to prove their worth or compete with others for recognition. They know their worth and are content with it, avoiding unnecessary conflicts and rivalries. The fifth trait we discussed is their indifference to approval. Sigma males don't seek validation or approval from others. Their self-worth is not tied to what others think of them. This indifference to approval allows them to stay true to themselves, without the fear of judgment or rejection. Next, we dove into their non-conformity. Sigma males are not ones to follow the crowd. They have their own set of beliefs and values, and they stick to them no matter what. This non-conformity is what sets them apart from others. It's a testament to their individuality and their refusal to be molded by societal expectations. Lastly, Sigma males are known for their mysteriousness. They are not open books and prefer to keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves. This mysteriousness adds to their allure, making them an enigma that others are often curious about. It's this mysteriousness that makes them intriguing and captivating. In understanding these traits, we can better interact with and understand Sigma males. These traits are not necessarily negative, as the term dark side might suggest. They simply represent a different approach to life, a different kind of masculinity that doesn't conform to the traditional norms. Sigma males, with their unique set of traits, are a testament to the diversity of human nature. They challenge our perception of masculinity, showing us that there's more than one way to be a man. They show us that it's okay to be different, to be independent, and to not conform to societal expectations. In a world that often pressures us to fit in, Sigma males stand as a reminder that it's okay to be different, to march to the beat of your own drum. They remind us that our uniqueness is not a flaw, but a strength. Understanding Sigma males is not just about understanding a specific personality type, but about broadening our understanding of human nature and individuality. It's about learning to appreciate the diversity in our personalities and embracing our differences. Sigma males, with their unique set of traits, invite us to challenge our understanding of masculinity and individuality. Remember, embracing our differences is the key to understanding each other better.